specifically with filmmaking in Nagaland. Here I just wanted to share a little bit about myself. After my graduation in those early days in the 90s, I graduated in communication and TV production, and there were no facilities and no opportunities for aspiring media and film TV producers in those days. And so, like initially, like most members of FEN in those days, I also, and even presently, I think, I also worked on contract basis, part-time working in All India Radio and also in the Doordarshan, comparing and all this initially. And specifically we had an interview format program called Morning Echoes, which I think still many of our youngsters or freshers, they are also working, starting off in that program. So those days it was heavier and I should say heavier analog media equipment those days. And we had the Meltron recording machine, a big heavy machine with a 1-inch big tape. And also for TV and video, we also had larger U-matic and VHS and Betacam cameras and tapes, which we used. It was only in the late 90s and 2000 that we transitioned into the digital media, and we were sort of the early adopters and practitioners of that medium. So I actually was able to produce my first documentary film, excuse me, in 1997. And it's been exactly 25 years now. So Kibini and I think we are one of the senior most here. But I'm sure many other our older FEN members have also followed a slightly similar career trajectory, I should say. So now these days, as you are all aware, we have many more platforms. We have learning opportunities, cheaper digital equipment, and many more opportunities these days, actually. So from the early days, having produced a series of documentary films and weekly TV programs for our site, from us, for satellite TV channels. Now besides film production, my media house is also into live streaming, YouTube channels, and online coaching, etc. So, Film Association of Nagaland actually is, one of the aims is to enhance the technical and professional production skills of our locals, of our youngsters, and FEN has been holding screening of films, seminars, workshops of all kinds, and other forms of interaction. So FEN also conducted an online film competition recently, where our budding youngsters were given a platform, and featured and given a platform. So workshop and training sessions will continue to be organized from time to time with the help of experts. Now, since the Federation of Film Societies in India is an umbrella of the filmmaking societies in India, and currently a member of the International Federation of Film Society of UNESCO. So FEN is, I think, privileged to be associated with FFSI. Now, also with the Directorate of Information and Publicity, DIPR, as the nodal department, FEN had also organized very successful 2 film festivals in 2019 and 2021. And the film festival had featured great films from Northeast, plus national award-winning films. I myself have seen how the organization was done, as well as how encouraged we were and how inspired by the films, as well as the general public were indeed given an eyeful, I should say. It has created a space for filmmakers across our region and beyond to come together, to interact, share, and support each other. We appreciate DIPR for the constant support and cooperation towards FEN and media persons. So these days, with more opportunities and more platforms, more
Nagaland with the intention that Film Association of Nagaland will soon start a film library with his book first. which is the biggest organization and which has juries in 80 film festivals worldwide.
I have often dreamed of a far-off place where heroes welcome will be waiting for me, where the crowds will cheer when they see my face, and a voice keeps saying, "This is where I'm meant to be." I'll be there someday. I can go the distance. I will find my way. If I can be strong, I know every mile will be worth my while. When I go the distance and my journey is complete, down an unknown road to embrace my fate, though that road may wander, it will lead me to you, and 1,000 years would be worth the wait. It may take a lifetime, but somehow I'll see it through, and I won't look back. I can go the distance, and I'll stay on track. No, I won't accept defeat. It's an uphill slope, but I won't lose hope till I go the distance and my journey is complete. The glory is the hardest part, for a hero's strength is measured by his Like a shooting star, I will go the distance. I will search the world. I will face its arms. I don't care how far. I can go the distance till I find my heroes waiting, in your arms. Thank you.
Features which are there from Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, those are also anthological short fictions. So I am very much sure who will be staying till the end, they will be benefited by watching these films. Thank you, friends, for inviting me today. Whatever have been told about me is just ornamental. Basically, I am a film society activist for the last 45 years. You know, the film society movement is a phenomenon throughout the world and India as well. The movement started in 1947 when Satyajit Ray, you must have heard his name, the master filmmaker, one of the master filmmakers of the world, is from Kolkata. He, along with some of his friends like Chidananda Dasgupta, Vamshi Chandragupta, and many others, founded Calcutta Film Society in 1947. That time, it was very difficult to watch good films from outside India. It was not possible at all. Because you have to import those films in 35mm celluloid format. Those were very, very heavy. You have to take permission from Government of India to show these films to the people. So many things were there. And film was a taboo for the gentlemen around. They used to watch films for entertainment purpose, but if anybody is doing something with the cinema, those are the bad boys. Forget about the girls. Even they were not allowed to hold their meeting in some places. When the people came to know that we are doing something with cinema, they told, no, you cannot do it here. The gentlemen live here, we have nothing to do with cinema. Cinema was a very bad thing for a long time. So it was very, very difficult for them. And Satyajit Ray basically never wanted to become a filmmaker. His intention was to understand cinema, to propagate film culture, to take cinema as a serious text of art, to read cinema. As we read the novels, the poetries, we watch the paintings, we listen to the music. So cinema to them was the most modern form of art, which was very powerful by that time. But it was very difficult to bring films from outside and to show that. Those stories are now known to everybody. If you go through the articles, the books on cinema, you will come to know. So I'm not taking too much time of that. But what I will try to emphasize that to make a good films, according to Satyajit Ray, I am not talking about it, but we believe in that. Who will understand your good films? If there is no viewers, those who understand cinema, you can write a novel in any language. But if there is no reader who knows the alphabet, who do not know how to read that text, who is going to appreciate that? So to appreciate any form of art, you need first the people who understand the text. Cinema is basically a text. So it is very much needed to understand, to read, to know how to read that text first. So before making good films, it is necessary to create film-knowing viewers. That was very important for them. But now after this digital boom all over the world, everything has been changed. You see these 7 films we are carrying today for showing to you, showcasing today, it's just in a single pen drive of 64 GB. But in that time, it was totally impossible to bring those films from Calcutta to Kohima. Out of question. 7 films, full-length films, impossible. So now it is very, very easy to make films, to watch films. You can download any films from the internet if you know the piracy. If you don't know even, officially also you can watch films in the Netflix and different OTT platforms. You can hold the film festivals online without meeting the directors even, without knowing the producers even. It's very, very easy. And this easiness makes this appreciation part much more complicated.
понедельничка мне как дочь. В субботу едем в отпуск. Сунис.
Ясно. В общем,
А ты вообще работаешь?
ну, есть вариант. Вообще забыл про это. А мы знаешь, что с тобой сделаем? Давай, он будет твой. А пока поживет у меня время, а я буду его приносить сюда. Каждый день после школы мы будем его кормить, гулять. Ты подрастешь, и он подрастет. Ты закончишь школу и возьмешь его к себе.
Здорово.
А он тебя будет знать, любить тебя будет. Смотри, а как ты его назовешь, как хотела?
Я хотела Жоржика.
Ну, вот это и есть Жоржик. Жоржик. Жоржик, видишь?
Motion, top JEE and NEET Coaching Institute of Kota is now in Dimapur. Faculties, study materials and test series from Kota directly. Now students from Nagaland can raise their preparation level right here in Dimapur. Admissions open now.